Students, let me facilitate you in making you understand the biography, a great social reformer, which is incorporated in lesson 10 of your book. Now it's the time to look at the slide. Who are those famous personalities? In the left, we can see the portrait of Raja Rammohun Roy. In the middle, there is sketch of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, and in the extreme right corner, there is the image of Swami Vivekananda. Now, do you know why they are famous? Raja Rammohun Roy is famous for abolishing the evil system of sati. Vidyasagar is known for his famous deed of stopping child marriage and introducing widow remarriage. Vivekananda is known for encouraging the youth his fight against casteism and inspiring national consciousness during colonial rule is worth mentioning. But there is a common point in them. What is the common point? They are all social reformers. Now, a question will automatically arise in your mind. Who are social reformers? Social reformers are the persons in the society who transform the society for the better and remove the injustices practiced in the society. The protest against the prevailing and oppressing systems practiced in the society are removed by the social reformers. Students, you can see here, this is a picture of Begum Ruqayya who made a crusade against the ongoing inequalities and injustice offered to women, especially who are not enough privileged and were poor. Now we will read her biography in short. I have already told you that we will going to read the biography of Begum Ruqayya. Now, a question is obvious to come that what is a biography? Do you know what is the difference between biography and autobiography? Let me explain. Biography is a life history of an individual or a person written by someone else, not by that concerned person. Okay. Now, autobiography is a self-written account of the life of oneself. Now, let's take some examples to make it clear. Regarding biography, we can take the example of Hussein, Portrait of an Artist by Ila Pal. The famous autobiography is The Story of My Experiments with Truth by Gandhiji himself. So, a great social reformer is a biography that sketches the life of Begum Ruqayya. The text is divided into two parts. The first part is consisted of two paragraphs. We will read each para one by one and then we will try to decode the meaning of that para. Let us read the first para. She is Begum Ruqayya, a remarkable woman whose efforts considerably changed the state of female education in Bengal. Her full name was Begum Ruqayya Sakhawat Hussain. She was kind and generous to the disadvantaged women of Bengal and extended her helping hand to the poor and the helpless. She was the pioneer in setting up a school for the poor Muslim girls of Bengal. She strongly believed in the need of modern education for women. So, you see, the para starts with the effective role of Begum Ruqayya in educating Bengal. She is described as an outstanding lady who, through her uninterrupted attempts, transformed the condition of female education in Bengal to a great extent. Before her advent, the condition of female education of Bengal was miserable. The society was so conservative that it denied the right to education to women. It was a common belief that the role of women were restricted to childbearing and child-rearing. Now you can see her full name is revealed. It is Begum Rukia Safwat Hussain. Now, by nature, she was sympathetic. Being kind-hearted, she stretched her hand to the deprived and hindered women of Bengal, offering them help and aided the unprivileged, poor and helpless. She was a leading figure in founding a school for the poor Muslim girls of Bengal. For your information, you must know the school she said was Sakwa Memorial School, which has earned a great reputation and even running smoothly. The school was established in fond remembrance of beloved husband who helped her and inspired her throughout to accomplish her goal. However, she firmly believed in the need of modern education for women. In those days, language teaching like Arabic and Persian were given utmost importance. But modern education teaches about the skills which is required to advance the society for all time. The knowledge of science, mathematics, history, and geography must be taught for proper application and progress of the society. The dynamism of modern education for women was greatly realized by Begum Rukia. We have arrived in the second paragraph of the first part. Let's read the paragraph first. Begum Rukia was born in an affluent Muslim family. Though she never went to school, Rukia educated herself through her own interests and efforts. She learned Arabic and Persian at home and also received lessons in Bengali and English. Some great books written by her, both in Bengali and English, will be remembered forever. Now we will come to explanation. Though Begum Rukia belonged to a well-off rich family, she had to face many hurdles. The time was dark for women, especially for women of the conservative families. So she was also denied of the right to education. But she was determined, spirited, and a resourceful woman. She was a self-made person. Let me tell you, she used to take regular lessons from her brothers who visited school every day. Besides, she had great interest in studies and she used to study by herself. She learned languages like Arabic and Persian at home. She also learned Bengali and English at her home. She arranged books, devoted her time, and did the needful for what she needed to do in order to gather proper knowledge. She was a writer of several books, both in Bengali and English, which gained wide range of acceptability and reputation. We have reached part 2, which is also divided into two paragraphs. Come, read with me the first paragraph. Begum Ruqayya wrote extensively on the need for social reforms. Some of her famous books include Sultana's Dream, Motichur, and Padmarag. She wrote against social injustice and the restrictions suffered by women. Ruqayya had immense faith in women's power and proclaimed that without the help of women, a family can never stand. She questioned the gender division of labor and felt that there should be no gender inequality. Okay, now we will try to understand what is there in this paragraph. Begum Ruqayya composed a large number of books. Some of her books were Sultana's Dream, Motichur, and Padmarag. Though she wanted to continue in English and Bengali, but her husband advised her to write in Bengali only to gain wide acceptability. She wrote widely on the urgency of changing the predominant and orthodox Muslim society for the better. She could feel from her heart that it was extremely essential to transform the society that burdened women and curbed all their rights. The women in such a society could never be happy, independent, and progressive, and the society will be hindered. She wrote on the malpractice of the prejudices, maltreatment, oppression, discrimination, and infringement of the society on women. The biased society imposed unfair treatments on women, and Ruqayya felt that the society must be molded. The lady was brave enough to profess the constructive role of women in families. Without the aid of women, the family will lose its spine to be erected. This is the universal truth that has been professed by Begum Ruqayya. She also posed questions on the division of labor based on gender bias where the wages of women were comparatively low. She opted and dreamed for a society based on equality since men and women are compatible to each other. We are reading the last paragraph of part 2 of the chapter A Great Social Reformer. Let's read. Begum Ruqayya was a strong humanist. She gave lessons to women on various subjects. She was the founder of Anjumani Khawatin-e-Islam, a Muslim women's association. Ruqayya had a deep belief in the inherent unity of a nation. Begum Ruqayya played the role of an active humanist throughout her life, and she had to face numerous, better to say innumerable hassles. But she believed in the equality of men and women. In order to ensure the development of women, she inculcated knowledge within women. She taught diverse subjects to them. She understood from the very core of her heart that mere language teaching could not help neither the women nor the society to a far extent. She also founded a Muslim Women's Association, Anjuman-i-Khawatin-i-Islam, in order to ensure unity within the Muslim women. Begum Ruqayya had a deep faith and love for her country, and she strongly believed in the basic underlying unity of our country. Though we have different races, different religions, different cultures, different belief systems, still a single thread of unity binds us all. This is called unity in diversity. And Begum Ruqayya was very strict in her conviction about the unity of our country. Our identity is that we all are Indians. So, this is all about the biography of Begum Ruqayya. I hope that you have understood it. In case of any problem, any crisis, please do contact me. Thank you very much.